Did you seriously think you could somehow change the world from here?
Yeah, sort of at first.
And how do you feel about it now?
I'm not blazing with satisfaction or anything. But the truth is, it all ended for me the instant I shared my memories with you. At that point, my work was done. I figured that you'd probably be able to run with it from there.
You're a hell of a liar, kid. I clearly recall you didn't want me involved.
I'm sorry, but the minute you share and synchronize all your information, you lose your uniqueness and become absorbed into the unconscious maliciousness of a third party that has no motive. Or perhaps into the will of someone who does have one.
Are those your words based on what you've gained from hard-earned experience?
Yes, and the fact is, you yourself played the role of the laughing man copycat as well.
Well, I have to admit it was a fascinating phenomenon. At any rate, what was your underlying reason for triggering such a huge event in the first place?
To you, everything that's happening in the world appears phony to be something other than what it is, right?
Is that J.D. Salinger?
Yes. When it comes to cyberization, I'm pretty much the shining example of a poster boy. So you think at the very least I would have felt terrified at the thought of contracting cyberbrain sclerosis. I'll tell you, it was a simple piece of mail I stumbled across the net that began this whole thing. What I found was a blackmail document that had probably been sent to Serrano Genomics. It was armed with a thesis that was a comparative study of the inadequacy of Serrano micromachines versus the effectiveness of the Rogan vaccine.
Then the original laughing man was the person who offered it.
You could put it like that, I suppose. I am the machine that reveals the world to you as only I alone am able to see it.
Ziga. He was a Russian filmmaker, wasn't he?
Yes. I was kidding myself by thinking it was my personal mission to prove and circulate that information, vital data I alone could happen upon.
Failing spectacularly, the pure innocent mediator grew dejected at the base nature of the social system and he turned mute.
Yes, it was because of that I became a vanishing mediator. Just like an author whose existence is emphasized with the fact that he rarely puts out any new works for publication. In other words, by disappearing, it acts as a way to the social system. Our sociological theory, it ultimately vanishes, leaving no trace of its presence inside or outside the system.
Frederick James, I believe.
Yes, and no. Masachi Osawa too. Even though I was familiar with the words, I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. Who knew that copies could still be produced despite the absence of an original? If you had to give a name to this phenomenon, what would you label it?
It would be standalone complex.
Yes, it's the standalone complex. From the start, the very nature of our current social system has contained mechanisms to trigger such an amazing occurrence. Personally, however, I feel this marks the beginning of a new era of despair. What's your opinion?
I don't know. It's impossible for me to say. Although I have found one thing capable of restoring your individuality after all your information has been synchronized.
Oh, really? And what's that?
Everyday human curiosity.
You're right. You know, that's something that never occurred to me. I think my brain has already started to harden.
Pickles. 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 Pickles.
But wait! There's more! Hang on to your seat, baby! Cause this one's a screamer!
Yes, because baby, this one's a screamer. All right, folks, welcome to another What the is going on here anymore? And we're going over Joe Rogan's most insane conspiracy theories. So you'll get into that after we bring in our co-host, the host of the who, the whatever the things and stuff. And you fuckers can all fight over that stuff. So let's start with, and I know we need to find a proper intro for you, but fuck it, that's what she said. Ha ha! We'll wait till Friday for that. I mean, what did I say out loud?
Are you mad?
No.
Are you grumpy?
No.
Are you sad?
No.
Are you angry?
No.
What are you?
I don't know.
Okay, so there's that. Now let's go ahead and bring in our everybody else.
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking. don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Hello. I just about made it.
Hey,
I was playing
Well,
PlayStation.
you forgot one.
No, I know. And I pressed him, and that didn't work, and then this, and then so give us a second. Here we go. All right, welcome everybody. How y'all doing?
Howdy. Yeah, pretty good.
I don't know. It's full of chips.
Been sleeping for 2 hours, so pretty good.
I was playing Farming Simulator for the first time on the PS5. First time I've
So
played.
glad we could pull you away from that.
Dullest game in the fucking world, but it is so fucking addictive and time consuming. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Fuck, it's gone 11 o'clock. Although I didn't fucking night.
I didn't know they made a game where you could sit on farmer boy's back, and whip him well enough for him to farm. I didn't know that there was that kind of game. God damn it! You got to show me the link for that. Yeah, the Farmer's Boy Simulator. You got to show me that link, Bounce.
Yeah, you just ride around the tank and spout shit.
Yeah, there we go. Somebody clip that and send that to Farmer's Boy, please. Anyways,
he'll appreciate
he would appreciate that. So, how's everybody else doing? Just really quick before we say hello to the Cinema Chats, and then we'll do our intimatros. But fuck it, that's what she said last night. How are you doing, Savvy?
Now I'm irritated at my manager, but otherwise I'm okay. It's okay. I still get the weekend off. I'm just irritated with extra stuff I have to take care of in the morning that I didn't.
You better have the weekend off. Otherwise, I'll beat somebody else's ass, and not in the good way to somebody else. But I will beat. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
I mean, I got Friday off thinking you'd be here a little sooner. So
you'll be beating your meat off. What?
I wish I would have thought about it better and thought about coming down through. Anyways, we'll talk about it next
time.
time.
You can come on Friday in a couple weeks when you come back for the workshop.
Well, no, I'll come down Thursday. I don't want to drive on Friday. Driving on Friday sucks.
Darn, you come down even sooner? Gee, that's so terrible. I hate that idea. That's awful. I'm so sad.
Yeah. Don't let me come down for more days. Anyways.
He'll probably also come down on Friday.
Well, that's
and Saturday.
I'm coming all weekend long. Anyways, all right, let's say hello to the side chat, and then let's do intros, and let's go in, because it could be a year before we do anything. And knowing us,
only 11 minutes in, it's fine. We're not even 20 minutes.
I know. So we have Stop the Stupidity.
Hey, stop.
Hey, stop.
We have a pet dragon.
Hey, pet dragon.
An Al Trucker.
Hey, Al Trucker.
I like how you do things. That's fun.
Hey, Commander.
Hey, Commander.
Were they echoing? Yes, there was echo.
Yes.
And we have a captive desk. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
All hail Bigfoot.
All hail Bigfoot. And we have an Ivy Chan.
Oh, hi, Ivy. Thank you to be here.
Orb.
Yep. And that looks like everybody. How are you doing, Commander?
Oh, all right. Well, I'll discuss some things behind the scenes. Turns out that in order to receive a donation, because Trump is such an asshole, I need someone who lives in Canada or Europe to help.
Oh.
Because Americans have been blocked from a network.
Of course we have.
Okay, well, we'll figure that out later for sure in the community. So let's track
you guys
on.
Blocked from everything? Like, come on, who wants Americans around now? Like,
we don't
like what network? Brillance.
What is that?
Anyways,
It's a
let's crack
crypto
on.
network.
I don't do crypto.
So let's crack on. Yeah, so let's crack on and let's get us to the things and stuff and things with the intros, and then we'll get to the other things.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. You're
stupid.
You're stupid. All right, folks. Now let's get into the conspiracies of the theories. Let's put it that way.
The video. This leads us to the next clip, where Joe Rogan is confronted with government assassinations.
Oh, no, we wanted to get to the time travel. Not that. It's a time travel. So there is Noah Miles is the one who put these together, but here we go.
Next, Joe Rogan is confronted by Andrew Schultz's theory on time travel. This is a conversation from episode 1314 with Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne Day God.
About extraterrestrials.
You believe in it?
Well, I believe it. There's no evidence but the numbers of humans, the numbers of planets, rather, that could support humans. They're pretty, just what we've documented so far is pretty interesting. Just what they know about the thousands of planets they discovered. There's hundreds that could possibly support human life. And then there's hundreds of billions of galaxies. So the idea that...
Okay, well, there's the difference between human life and non-human life as well. So...
Yeah,
it's
because a planet can sustain some type of life form, doesn't mean that it can sustain our life forms. Like, come on, guys.
And also, I full-heartedly believe that there are aliens, that there are other life forms out there.
Yeah.
I do not believe that any of them has ever been here, even if they are intelligent life forms.
They probably...
If they're intelligent, would they bother?
Well, and not, yeah, totally, exactly.
And also, like, if you're, come on, like, we've seen history, right? Like, what happens if an technologically advanced group encounters a less technologically advanced group?
Uh-huh.
The 1940s happens, and I'm not saying that the other side was less than, but when a culture feels like they can take over another one, it happens. Let's put it that way. Yeah, the superiority complex happens.
Stop.
Then we're, yay, stop this. Thank you very much. And we want to believe as well in the aliens and other things. No, of course. Yeah, and just give me proof. And that's the whole thing. Like, give me proof. Just give me proof. Give me enough proof, and then we're going to go there. So
like,
thank you so much.
Believe the thing, but prove it to me. Like, show me hard facts. Like, show me evidence. And then, okay, we can discuss it further. Yeah, let's go.
I got some hard facts to show you on Friday. Anyways. So, Brainless.
Milk or
Brainless,
cream?
will you...
Milk or cream? Dr. Orisius, Spooky Bat Hair, Left-Handed Jedi, and Festa Ria. I don't know.
What?
Those are our new members. Whee!
Okay.
Oh.
So here is our membership commercial. Thank you for becoming a membership, and thank you, everybody. Stop Stupidity for you becoming a member and for them becoming a member. And there are a channel sponsor. And again, I forgot to play the commercial, and we'll play that in just a second after this.
Attention, New Yorkers! Stop acting so stupid!
You dumbass! There we go. There we go. There you go.
Thanks for being the channel sugar daddy. Stop.
Yes, thank you very much.
Speaking of slim members.
Yeah, show that goddamn shit again. That's from Halloween, babe. If I don't know if we told you, kitty cat. But Halloween, what, 4 years ago or something? I did that very,
4
very
years ago, I think.
Yeah, on stream.
That we're the only one. Not only that, Neil deGrasse Tyson explained this to me. This is a mind fuck and a half. That the universe is so big that not only is there another you out there that has done everything exactly as you've.
But there's like a million, there's a trillion, there's a gazillion, there's a blah, blah, blah. Anyways,
Are we just talking about the multiverse? Or is this a whole different thing?
Yeah, it's literally the multiverse thing.
And I'm pretty sure Neil deGrasse Tyson did not say that is a fact. He's probably said like this about the multiverse, like that is a theory, and if that is correct, then that is the case.
Yeah.
That's what he always says. He honestly always says that. He says there are these things that we know. Yeah, me too. He says, I know that we went to the moon. I know that the Earth is round. I know that. But then he says, okay, well, here's these certain theories. Here is a way to think about maybe yes or no, or but and then he goes there. And he has his podcast that he does like every single day with a bunch of smart people and some people, Star Talk. And he does a bunch of things with comedians as well. And they talk about things and they go over stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of
making it palatable
for the lame guy, but still have it interesting for somebody that is a bit more interested in that kind of stuff.
He makes it palatable for ingesting it as information for people of a lot of different ages.
And you fucking know what? He doesn't need it, but
yeah, obviously, but
link in the side chat.
Yeah, but so let's track on to the next thing. Is the mobbers, because we have so many other subjects to get into. So.
But when Joe Rogan wants to project,
hey, but we're doing really good. Like, we've already gotten through something, and it's only 20 minutes in. We're solid this time.
He gets it wrong.
Efficiency.
And, we know that people can't travel past energy, can't travel past the speed of light. We know that. There's only one person that's traveled past the speed of light, and that was Tom Paris on Star Trek Voyager. And when he got back, he turned into a frog.
What?
So,
what kind of frog? I need
just
more
a bit of frog man, and then his tongue fell out, and then he turned into some sort
of useless frog,
leech lizard or something.
Ew.
And
and he doesn't.
I have not watched Voyager. What the hell?
Life in the universe will be basically what we are.
Anyways, let's track on.
Anyway.
You can sit here for a year and a half more. Anyways, correct.
I'm not even going to
covered.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I had so many other things to say, but fuck it. I have so many other things to say.
Rogan talks about the government's experiments with psychics. This is a conversation from episode 1299 with Annie Jacobson.
I talked to a lot of the scientists who taught the remote viewing, and I talked to a number of remote viewers and for the book. But the most interesting of all was the fact
that they figured out that it doesn't work.
So do a lot of people know about remote viewing?
I do, but then again, I've been hanging around you.
You mean where someone's like feeding the information to them from a remote place? That kind of remote?
No. So what they were doing is
on your phone.
Ned, you have a little bit of background noise. Maybe check your mic. I don't remember how we fixed that, but if not, no worries. Yes, Ned. But anyways, so one of the thingy-mabobbers was they would try to do remote viewing by getting people to like go through types of therapy. They would do blinky lights and they would do weird noises or sounds in their ears.
Uh-huh.
And they would get them to try to see if they could find army bases around the world.
Oh.
To target and or army,
like scrying.
Almost, yeah. So there's a movie
Out-of-body
called
experience.
Yeah, out of body experiences. And so what they did, there's a movie called The Men Who Stare at Goats.
Okay, no, I'm familiar with that. Okay.
Yeah, and so that's the thingy. Yeah, no, the government. Thank you, Pet Dragon. The government spend millions of dollars with this fucking hippie dude and his friends.
Was such a good show too.
The American
thing with that is, the thing with that is also like, at that point, like, it was something that was possible. Nobody proven it, but also nobody has disproven it. It's a bit of a silly thing, but like.
They had it for 10 years. They had it for 10 years. If they would have done it for a year,
in times of war, like, you're gonna try every little stupid fucking thing that could give you an advantage.
Yeah, but it was around for 10 years, and part of it was during.
Yeah, but that's because people say, "Oh yes, no, it is working. It is working because they get paid from it."
No, of course, fucking what's his name was gonna say that was on getting LSD for free and getting him and his friends. Yeah, well, yeah, in the movie it was George Clooney, but in the real life,
we gave them LSD.
Yeah, the government literally gave them hallucinogens, and they gave them these rooms. They gave them these allotted things, and then. So the weird, like, if you go on like the YouTubes now and you like find out the like going into trance experiments, and they like the like things where your ears do weird things.
Yeah.
They were testing that back then. The government was paying for all of that. Did it ever do anything? No, they never really found anything about anything.
I heard I heard an like, oh shit, I wish I was alive back then. So like,
yeah, and then also supposedly they found out that the giants lived in the Americas and the blah blah blahs of the things and stuff and things with no evidence.
Yeah.
But here we blow. Let's go to.
Oh God. Oh what? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Magic.
What,
I don't want to. Okay. I don't think I want to know. There's a conspiracy about him.
You want to know?
Not
you want to
really.
know? You want to know?
I just find it strange.
Okay.
I find it strange.
Somebody, go ahead and bring this. Add it in.
And then they pop out again.
That's fine. Okay, let's go into this. Why not?
Up next, Joe Rogan is met with Graham Hancock's theory surrounding the Amazon, claiming that it used to be a grand civilization with extensive knowledge of sciences. This is a conversation from episode 2051.
The interesting thing about the Amazon, Joe, is it's been grievously misunderstood over the years, and fortunately archaeology is beginning to come to terms with it. There was agriculture in the Amazon, going back a very long way, going back at least 10,000 years, maybe further. And we may have discussed this before, but there's this curious soil that exists in the Amazon that they call terra preta, or Amazonian dark earth.
Take a look at this picture. This dark, almost blackish.
That's mud. That's mud, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Mud.
Oh my God, it's so
But I mean,
black.
even if the dirt itself there is darker, so what? Where I'm from in Texas, the dirt was red. It's called red dirt. I mean, okay. Go on.
And what does that prove, you twats? Exactly, Emily. Like, what are you talking?
That proves that natives have been slaughtered there. It turned the soil red.
It is right near the border of Oklahoma and Texas. So yeah, that's accurate.
Maybe. But the thing is, just like, show me proof that it's not supposed to be that dark, you twats.
Yeah.
Show me the proof that the
Why
earth
would
is
it
older
not be
than
that
10,000
dark
years.
and not rich of an air? Like that seems like it'd be a very, very nutrient-rich area in the first place. So yeah, of course the soil would be darker and more rich. I mean, that makes sense.
Okay, so the one on the left is the exact same thing as the one on the right. Just one is in the morning and one is in the middle of the day. What are you talking about, you psychopaths?
Oh yeah, they dug it out and it dried out during the day.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're claiming that it grew. What are they claiming that this?
I have no idea. I don't
Well,
know, and I don't care. But it's obviously wrong because these dumbasses are fucking dumbasses.
Preta, or black soil. It's characterized by immense fertility and residue from pottery shards, charcoal, and similar substances. Hancock goes on to describe that this is exactly what...
Yeah, because Hancock knows all of the stuff.
The white man. Yep, he knows all of it.
What makes the soil so revolutionary.
Recent investigations have shown without doubt that it's man-made and deliberately man-made, not an accidental result of refuse tips.
It's not an accidental man-made. It's an on-purpose man-made.
How does that even work?
Do people any time make things by accident?
We did make climate change.
I mean,
by accident.
I get what he's saying, but he said it in a weird way, right? Like us doing things makes things change.
No
that
way.
We don't know the outcome of, right?
No way.
It's funny the way that he
almost
said
like
that
the
was
butterfly effect.
Yeah. But it's just funny the way he said it, which made it sound like another thing. And that's why I had to pull it that way.
Was good.
But yes, us over farming, us taking down the woods, us doing things to the land, making it so there aren't over farming.
No, that's not a thing. We need more farms. What? Especially pig farms. Oh, wait, that's just for me to have more work.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with you in Antarctica? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so let's crack on. Yes, it makes sense, but it's funny the way it was told.
But a deliberate attempt to make the Amazon fertile.
And how do they know that it's deliberate?
Because they find in it the same ingredients, and amongst those ingredients are always broken bits of ceramics. That's one of the odd things. They seem to be part of what makes it work.
Really?
Yeah. Ceramic.
This soil is so advanced that synthetic terra preta, a modern version of it, has been created using various methods.
I mean, obviously this is fake, but
I'll bet you £1 billion it's not ceramics. It could be pottery, but it won't be ceramics. Not 10,000 years ago.
We have also black mud here. We call it compost.
Exactly.
I sometimes have black mud, but then I push a button and it flushes down a pipe.
I mean, it could be a lot of things.
And there's all broken pottery all over the UK from Roman times, from thousands of years ago. We keep finding it.
Yeah, and Pet Dragon said the same thing. And that's fucking clay, exactly similarly. I mean,
it's clay.
It's just goddamn things that happen in things and stuff, you twat.
And he's saying that the Amazon, they were trying to make it green. It's fucking, you can't get a greener place than the Amazon.
Right?
Yeah, but come on, nature could not do that itself. Come on, it needs white humans or aliens.
That needed to be purposefully man-made, not accidentally man-made, like you said.
Yeah, and peat, P-E-A-T, is basically accumulation of largely like decayed vegetation and organic matter, and it just makes this black mud, this black like substance.
Hey, and don't forget the goddamn fucking Jesus couldn't have made the earth 6,000 years ago on a flat plane with a goddamn dome over it if there was an... Okay, I'm going to stop right there before we get to the next thing. And here we go with... Sorry, Hick came out for just a second, but here we blow to this next thing.
In this clip, Rogan has his mind blown by a story about a UFO flight test by the government. This is a conversation from episode
Dun, 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 dun. Blah, 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 blah.
1315 with Bob Lazar.
Wait.
So I took everybody
If they
and
are
we went out
flying it-
to, remember, since I had the test flight schedule, and
If they are flying it, it's not unidentified.
Look
So
at
it
that thing,
cannot
man.
be a UFO.
That's fair. That is.
Well, it's
that
a
is
UFO
valid.
to people who don't know it's a military. It's a military craft.
Unidentified flying object.
Well, no. Like if you hear a sound in the air and you look up and you see an airplane, it's an UFO because you fucking not identified it. It's.
I always think it's the Jetsons. George Jetson going home from work.
Dude, we were told that we would have flying cars way before now. This is so dumb.
We're so lame.
Well,
Yes, totally
by
sure.
now we figured out that it's not practical.
No,
Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
we
Like,
obviously-
now, that doesn't mean anything.
No, look at the fact. Like now we have people moving in 2 dimensions: forward, left, backward, and left and right. Can you imagine if you add
What about
another
up a hill?
one, how many crashes you would get?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So
I can ask
now
my
let's
friend if
crack
he
on. Oh, well, guess who we have? Welcome.
Nope.
Our resident neo-Nazi.
It don't do you. That's what it
Hey,
is.
Pastor.
There we go. Okay, here we blow. Let's go a little bit further with this.
went outside the base, out into the desert, and so everybody could see, one of the high performance tests. And, it left quite an imprint on everybody.
Bob Lazar's story here is going to be insane.
Yeah.
He's also one of the most discredited UFO.
Yeah. Also, like if you would be testing a device like that, and like you have that technology, you're not gonna hide that. You're gonna be fucking flying over Russia, showing them like we can do whatever the motherfuck we want.
And do you think other countries would have not figured this out by now and other things and stuff and
Right.
things?
The thing is, how do you propel a vehicle like that and steer it and things like that?
That's why it doesn't work.
Very
Yeah.
carefully.
Yes, but
and I don't know. It's stupid, and like Americans feel so big and important. Like
No, we don't. What?
like why the fuck would they go to one of the most stupid places in the world if they come here?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Once again, he
What
has
is one of
been
the most stupid places in the
Jackson.
world?
Yeah.
the Americas.
We see them here, or people have seen them here, but in America, they like to probe their asses for some reason. I don't know why.
Hey, Jane,
Because
to you.
Americans are into that.
And rip up
Well,
cows.
Oh,
Anyways,
you're talking about the aliens and probing people and ripping cows apart. Yeah.
Well, them
Anyways.
Americans are coming here, they're going
Oh my
straight to
God.
El Salvador.
Yo,
That's because
back to the task at hand.
that is what they do here in the Midwest and the South. Anyways, let's crack on. This guy got kicked out of the government and needed to make money, and this is why he's doing this.
UFO theorists around. Still, Lazar isn't the only one who has this evidence or backs up his story.
Yeah, of your mom's vagina. Yeah, no, I have lots of evidence of that too, but I don't have any real proof. But I know it exists because you've been born, right? So, anyways, okay, let's get to the next thing. Is
Jesus and God, but there's never been any shown any existence of them either.
yeah,
These
and
are
there's
30 of the
no
craziest new
actual
conspiracy.
proof. of any of that bullshit. Okay, so we'll go a little bit further, but I'm exhausted because I went and run around Estes Park yesterday.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do
That's
that?
where I was born. I was born there. So I wanted to go and see my old stomping grounds. But this weekend, I get to see my lovely kitty. So I want to make sure I am well and rested for that. But let's go to this. Let's start with this because this is hilariously silly, and we're all gonna love this. Silly, stupid, idiotic.
Up next, Joe Rogan and Michael Malice.
This bullshit. You fucking yes, it could be a thing, but Jeebus. Anyways, it's
Discuss the possibility of humanity facing extinction due to an impending supervolcanic eruption. Joe emphasizes that both humans and our current technology are unprepared for the catastrophic destruction such an event would cause. He also provides a timeline for when this super eruption could occur, and if he's right, it's much closer than you'd expect. This is a conversation from
Ain't gonna happen in our lifetime.
Nope.
Probably not. Although there is some weird things going on.
How super it was would destroy the whole of humanity.
Although there is a couple weird things going on around the world right now, but I'm not going to say that's 100% that's proof of anything. But most likely you're right. And same with something hitting our Earth and the other handful of other things that everybody say is going to happen. Most likely is not.
Episode number 1952.
The reality of human life is that we're subject to a host of uncontrollable natural disasters that are imminent.
Yes.
They're going to happen.
Just like in your mom. Never mind. Okay. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yellowstone's going to blow.
Just like your mom's vagina. Never mind.
We're going to get hit by an asteroid and we might nuke ourselves too.
Sure.
Like all that stuff is real too. So that's all on the table. And also, I've talked to enough people that are like they're really educated in the history of ancient cultures and ancient civilizations. And
are they really, or are they just fucking weirdos that are on fucking the History Channel or Discovery Channel that are like, oh my god, I know all these weird things, and their hair goes up really weird, and they talk about certain aliens that are ancient or something? Yeah. Believe in those people. Yeah, totally. There. Talk to those people there. Joe Rogan.
And the evidence of natural disasters.
If they would let us use their content, we would totally go over that bullshit. But this is the closest we can get with most of this crap, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, Pet Dragon.
Just wiping people out and people having to start from scratch. It seems like we're a part of like this giant never-ending cycle of getting knocked back into the Stone Age and then rebuilt.
How do you think that's happening, you Neanderthal that gets punched in the head or used to get punched in the head and you have no idea what's going on?
He's obviously got brain damage from his MMA.
Yeah, obviously. And he literally just told us right now, I'm going to go back to this. He literally said, we're going back to the Stone Age for some reason. Yeah, because of you dumbass. You're the reason why we have to keep fucking fighting this bullshit. The reason why I have to do this stream today was because you're the dumbass and I have to call you out even though I'm the dumbass. I'm the dumbass calling out the dumbass, but at least like hopefully I'm in the right. I know I am. But and nobody's gonna watch this, but here we blow. You know what I'm saying?
We're watching it.
Yeah, and I know all of us are getting that, and hopefully Pastor's not getting it. Pastor has no idea what we're talking about at all.
He's not even talking
like this giant.
No,
Jesus.
And we thank Noah Miles for not copyright claiming us. Please.
Yes. Yeah, and I think we've broken it up enough, and I think if they watch this, I think they're gonna have a lot of fun. But yes, thank you very much again. And Pastor, please put down your wife. Stop smacking her around for not making your dinner properly, and unlock your children from their rooms and let them out and let them do whatever. Because I think this weekend for most people is they're all homeschooled, so you don't know what a prom night is. You don't know what
Oh, is it?
graduation night is.
Oh,
You don't know what it is.
Well,
It's college.
Like,
It's college. It's college. So it is.
Oh God.
They
That's
do a
why we've
prom
been
night
so
for the kids, you know, when at homeschooling over there, and we all know like a lot of girls lose their virginity on prom night, right? Never mind.
Yeah.
I never went to prom.
So yes, Savvy. This weekend is the end of finals.
Oh.
So
Oh,
it's
God.
technically.
That means it's going to be busy as hell this week at work. Great.
Do you want to know why the hotel rooms were so expensive?
Now I know why.
Yes, now we know why, babe.
But I was trying to figure out why the hell. I mean, we just
Me
figured it
too.
was the sand dunes, but no, obviously not.
No.
It'll be a
Now
lot
I
cheaper
now.
for the 31st.
Yeah,
Although you better book
no.
it soon, 'cause that's
No,
Memorial.
no. As soon as I get down there, Friday, when I check in,
Come on,
I'm
kid,
gonna say,
Huckleberry, please. He's just being a prick now.
you all have the fucking wrench. It's not up to me anymore. I don't care.
Yeah, so kick him. I'm not logged into YouTube.
Anyways, go ahead. But no, Kitty, when I get down there and check in, I'm just literally, if that's where you want, then we're just gonna go get get it right there. So, anyways, we'll talk about it Friday. Anyways, here we go.
Never-ending cycle of getting knocked back into the Stone Age and then rebuilding.
Yeah, I know. You are the idiot that thinks that's going to happen. And you think, oh, me meathead, it's going to be so going to happen. No, it's not going to be. It's not
To
gonna be
a new
great at all.
version of complex society. I think we're on a version of that now, but I think there's been many versions of that. Yeah, and I think that that's also on the table for us.
But I think it'd be a lot easier for us to bounce back than someone 2,000 years ago with our technology and our ability to. No.
Where do you think he's going to go with this? And yes, if for some reason we have a power outage, I don't know who we can hear typing on their keyboard, but
Obviously, it was him.
you know what to do.
What?
Mute. Anyways,
Yeah,
so,
I already did that. I'm already done my right.
Okay, but I could hear somebody typing. Anyways, and
no, not at all. Not at all. Because when it hits, first of all, very few people survive and everything goes to shit. There's no electricity, no generators work, there's no one pumping oil, no one knows how to make a generator, no one knows.
Wait, he thinks that nobody knows how to do these things? What, did he not watch?
I do.
Go ahead.
Why does he assume no one knows how to do these things? Just because you don't know how to do them doesn't mean other people don't, dude.
That's the biggest thing. Like it's always
takes a village, dude.
It sounds hard. Like nuclear fusion or like nuclear power plants. That's impossible because I don't understand how it works.
It must be aliens.
A small combustion engine. Give me fucking 15 of them. I can fucking make anything. Fucking do whatever I want with them if we want. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we can do all kinds of things for all kinds of things with all kinds of things. Like, I'm not a dummy, obviously. Like, look at me. Or we've gone over this. Like, I rebuilt a fucking 1969 Mustang at 16 years old with my stepdad. He taught me how to rebuild a whole fucking car. So
I would
yeah,
like to see photos of that car at some point, please.
I wish I had them, and I have no idea how to actually give you the original of them. I may somewhere have 4x6 photos of it, maybe somewhere, or maybe if I ask my mom, she may have them, but I doubt it.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyways, like, no, I don't know anything about anything. And I used to do 2-week rendezvous in the middle of South Park, Colorado, with nothing that was you could have that was around before 1819, I think was the year for some
Why
reason.
was it called a rendezvous?
Because that's what they called
Like a period getaway for a couple weeks.
Like a
no,
meetup?
no. So back in like the 1600s and then 1800s and stuff, there would be camps of an actual village that had like beads, things you could buy, knives, swords, a person who would anal beads, people that would sharpen things, and then you would have cookhouses or cook tents and stuff.
Okay.
So it was a semi erected structure. I said erected. Anyways, for a couple.
Just like me right now. Never mind.
Anyways,
you did not hear that, Tank Girl.
So one of the things is like if you were on the Oregon Trail, let's just like make it so there's a way for us to make it so it's palatable for everybody to understand. If you're on the Oregon Trail, let's say, right, and one of the stops is a place that is like this, and the reason they call it a rendezvous is because it was a Native American thing where they would show up for 2 weeks, they would have these powwows, and they would have a camp, and they would leave. Well, what we more like
Burning Man, but reenactment stuff.
Yes. So what we would do is I worked with a adventure troop Boy Scout for the Boy Scouts. It was called an adventure troop with the Boy Scouts, and we were a Native American troop. So we would go to South Park, Colorado, and we would go to the mountains, and we would spend 2 weeks, and every single day a handful of different Boy Scout troops would come through, and we would teach them how to put up a semi tent, teepee. We would show them how to like make a leather kind of
social Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Like our social circus, but with Boy Scouts. That's brilliant. I love it.
And we would be up in the mountains, and so for 2 weeks we would teach these kids. We would teach them how to shoot black powder, pistols, and rifles. We would teach them how to shoot bow and arrows.
But why go with the period stuff? Though why teach? Why?
I actually thought you were going to say we taught them how to shoot black people. I thought you were going to say
that. Yeah. That was time period.
You're already teaching them.
Yeah, no, yeah. Hey, I taught white kids how to teach them how to shoot black powder at black kids. No, I'm just kidding. No, totally not.
That's terrible.
Of course, and it was just funny to have me pretend to say that, but no. So we would go up to the mountains and we would teach groups of teenagers how to like live in the mountains technically, even though they were rich pinky up white kids. You know,
was this the 90s?
This was the no, this is 2010s.
Oh.
So it was just 20
So a lot more recent than I would have expected.
Yeah, just because that's when I moved to Colorado back again from San Diego, even though I was a Boy Scout in San Diego and was a counselor in training for the YMCA in San Diego. When I moved here, I started dating somebody who was involved in all this, and she brought me into the Native American culture and the Boy Scouts, the adventure troop, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, I get to teach kids again stuff? Oh, this is freaking easy, because I've been doing this my whole life, literally at this point in time. So then just like, that's why I'm going to do the circus. When Kat was like, hey, do you want to teach kids to do, and I'm like, shh, just tell me what and when. I'm just like, what and when? I don't care. Like, yeah, I know how to do it. Like, dude, I've been doing this my whole entire life, and I do all ages shows constantly. So, like, what are we talking about? It's the easiest thing. Pay me money to teach people to do things. Yep, I'm there. I've been doing it my whole life.
Probably the best fucking uncle there is.
Yeah, exactly. Similarly, I don't need my own kids. We don't need our own kids, but I'll go ahead.
What?
Oh, I
I
was
just
going to
said
ask.
no. I was agreeing with you there. That's a yep.
I was going to ask Tank Girl. You have camps in America for sending girls for their periods?
Well, there used to be those things.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
in the
there's still
90s.
camps.
It was the
There-
90s.
I mean, there are still. Yeah. Oh wow.
Semi, but in the
Oh
90s,
yeah, there's still
Yeah, the
those
90s was messed
troubled
up, man.
children. The troubled children.
These
industry.
wilderness camps are still running.
Yeah, I'm not
good.
surprised. I mean, I know there's definitely reprogramming camps because my ex-girlfriend was sent to one somewhere in Kansas or
gay
some
deconversion
crap.
camps. I think,
Uh-huh.
You should just
Even Joe.
ask Mango about it. She knows a lot about these things. These
Yeah, the troubled teen industry where
So-
kids get beaten and shit. Like
So wait, there's a place that they have teen girls, and this is a joke. FYI, everybody, before I say
No,
this.
it's not.
Wait, there's a camp where young girls go and they just squirt blood all over the place. And never mind. Okay, I'll stop right there and let's crack on with it.
No. That's just
I know.
by accident. Like
Yeah, it's
you're
an
talking about the camps that
accident.
Tank Girl
No,
was
just
talking
kidding.
about.
Yeah, that's what we're. Yeah. Anyways, just imagine all the little boy or teenage things. It's just gonna be a jizz fest. I mean, literally. Well, you're gonna take all the lesbians and put them together. You're gonna take all the gay boys and put them together, and then you're gonna say, "Don't fuck each other."
Oh,
yeah,
fuck,
that's gonna
we had
totally
a
work.
school
That's
like that in
that's
Broward
totally-
County,
I mean,
and everyone was bitching about it. Anti-gay people were bitching about it. Pro-gay people were bitching about it. No one was happy with it.
Yeah, and you know how many times they were like, "Oh, you all get together and don't do things." How many times we did the things, you idiots? Yeah, and specifically before you turn out the lights, tell us to not fuck each other. Yeah, totally. Don't put it in our heads already, you fucking assholes.
Well, I mean, that was basically high school. I don't know of any lady who was at least professed to have their virginity by sophomore year.
Yeah.
I was straight edge and didn't even kiss till I was almost 18.
And then the other thing is they're like, hey, they're not these
Oh, and all the dudes were professing to have lost their virginity by freshman year.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. And no, they're in the cabin up in the woods. There were not the night vision cameras, and they did not point them out and didn't say, don't have sex in front of that camera right there. Never mind. I'll stop right there. They didn't pay us money after. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding about it. Okay, let's track
That was
on
for
before
exposure.
more trouble before.
Yeah.
Now we have a lawsuit. Now we have a lawsuit. God damn it.
Full frontal
Yeah.
exposure. That was never mind.
Okay, let's crack on.
Knows how to make a cell phone, so all that technology is lost.
Well, the Jim Baker people do. Wait, so what would this be? Like a meteor, other than a meteor hitting the Earth?
Meteor
what would
hit
cause
it.
this?
Super volcano would kill
Okay.
almost all of us.
Joe cites the Yellowstone volcano.
Yeah, obviously.
It's
Okay,
pretty.
let's get to.
That's
let's get
pretty.
into it. It's very pretty.
Ooh.
Okay, let's get into the ancient carvings theory for the butt fuck of it. What? No?
What?
I don't know what else you have though, so I don't know what it's. Ooh! Sorry.
What?
I got excited.
What?
I saw the quantum something multiverse and I got excited.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right. Well, I guess we're going there. Jeez, babe.
That's where we go.
Up next, Joe Rogan and
Okay, here we go.
Julian Lennon dive into a fascinating discussion about Google's Willow quantum computer. This groundbreaking machine is said to communicate with computers in parallel universes to solve complex equations. If true, it represents a monumental leap in technology.
It has to go to other
parallel universes. No, it's just the uncertainty.
universe.
Is that what the people that made the computers say, or is that what some dumbass says?
Dude, there's a fucking a lot of
dumbass.
people. There's a lot of people that like don't 100% understand what this might do and what not, but it has not shown that it's done what some people have said, just like CERN. CERN, they were like, oh my god, as soon as they turned on, we're gonna bust
They changed their timeline. Oh my god.
Yeah, and didn't do anything really. I mean, technically.
CERN's pretty cool, but yeah, it's not that cool. Not that cool.
And just like this like is doing a thing, but it's not actually, even if it is affecting our multiverse, it's not showing enough proof that it's doing anything other than
I'm just
I don't even
curious
know
about quantum computing, but
yeah, me too. But like these people are
I just
fucking
want
like,
nanites to rebuild me from the cellular level up, please. Thank you.
these people, no, if like, well, that's what I have on the front of my hand. I wish if we just had nanobot technology where you just put it inside of you and then you could just let it.
I want that.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that later.
Connecting us to realities beyond our own. This is a conversation from episode number 2243.
Well, one of the things that I've talked to about with some pretty insanely brilliant people is quantum computing.
Oh, yes.
And this new Google quantum computer that can do essentially the way a quantum computer works, a problem that would take thousands of years for every computer on Earth to solve.
I've read that.
It can solve in a second.
Yeah.
Something that can take more
42
years than you literally.
Isn't that what it was? The supercomputer in was it technically supposed to be a quantum computer? The computer in Hitchhiker's Guide that came up with 42 as the answer to the ultimate question.
It took it like 1.5 million years or some beeping. Yeah, but totally. Yes. But now all you gotta do is take this quantum computer and you just gotta shake it like that.
Like that.
For some reason. I don't know. Just for some reason.
So you can point out where this quantum computer is then.
Yeah, and Ivy, why you bring up Deep Throat? Wait, I misread that.
It's deep thought. No, it's totally deep thought. Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
And then everybody, what is the answer? What is the answer to everything?
Well, if you got to shake it, then
42.
If you got to shake it, then the new quantum computer is a fucking magic 8-ball. It'll probably say ask again later.
Hey, sometimes I have to shake my head like an Etch-a-Sketch to clear the bad thoughts. So you never
Oh,
know.
I thought it always was does not compute. Anyways, or error. 404 error. That's what I always thought.
File not found.
Yeah. File not found. Exactly. And have you heard the song that I did about? Never mind. I'll have to play that at the end of this about that.
It can understand. It can be solved in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I read that.
It's insane.
I read that. Oh, I read that once. And then Joe Rogan's never read anything in his life. He has just watched a bunch of Reddit thingy-mabobbers and he barely reads.
That's what he means by Reddit. He means like he glanced at Reddit. So he
I saw a headline from Reddit. I clicked on a link and it told me a thing and there was a video. And I clicked on that and I watched it for fucking 5 milliseconds. Then I clicked off of it. Then I brought it up online. Then I said that this is the thing. And then I asked Jamie to look it up. And then I found out that I was wrong because I only barely looked at it. Just like Tim fucking Pool fucking does as well. And now let's go with Bible psychedelics. And I have no idea where we're going in more with this, but here we go.
Next, Joe Rogan and David Holthouse explore the theory that the prophet Ezekiel's visions from the Old Testament may have been descriptions of spaceships. Joe delves into Ezekiel chapter 1, reading passages and discussing the contents with Holthouse as they analyze the vivid imagery and its potential connection to advanced technology or extraterrestrial encounters. This is
gonna be fun because I'll break this down the way that I know this, and I've already done all of this hallucinogenic stuff with a lot of the biblical representations of different things. Let's put it that way. But let's crack on. Let's crack on because I already know what to say
is
about
a conversation from episode number 2129.
Pull up Ezekiel's description of what he saw. This is one of the favorite descriptions from the Bible, from the Old Testament, about UFOs that people love to bring up. Because Ezekiel...
It's the favorite of who? You stupid fucking cunt. What?
Yeah. Well, a handful of other beep. Same. But wait, you saw a bunch of lights in the sky and this happened supposedly. Cool, brah. Show me any proof. Citation needed. And or again what we say, because somebody who has no knowledge of anything, who has no astrological, no any other knowledge in a way to understand the scientific method, I honestly can't believe you. Just like me, I couldn't believe myself when I say, if I said I saw fucking aliens in the sky when I fucking was at a rave, blah blah blah, yakety schmackety, you're like, yeah, of course you did, Slam. But it's not real, like, obviously, you know. Even if I was sober and I was driving 8 hours through the desert, which again, I've done this stuff multiple times. I've seen like insanely fucked up shit all over for multiple different reasons. But do I understand why I was under constrained circumstances when I saw them? Yes, completely. Am I going to talk about them and say I saw them? Fuck yeah. But am I going to say they're aliens? They're Jesus? They're your mom's vagina? Anything? I don't know. No, of course not. I'm going to tell you where and how and when those circumstances happened and to what maybe I thought at the time. Because have I said in the past, and I'm pretty much sure that everybody at this point in time has heard this, have I said that I saw gods, demons, devils, and other things? Yeah, totally. But do I believe that I actually saw those things? No, not 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, totally. I'm like, nah, I was under these stresses, under this circumstances. We were driving through this and blah, 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 and restraining ourselves. And I hadn't eaten in so long and I did so many drugs and blah, blah. Yeah, obviously things are going to happen, you fucking weirdos. So there's a difference. So let's crack on with biblical psychedelics, because obviously, like, there's a lot of ways to take psychedelics. Not drinking, not eating, walking through a desert, not eating for a day or not drinking for a day will make you go insane if you don't fucking die first.
You don't get sleep after so many days. I forget how many days you'll lose your shit too. Yeah.
If you don't drink water for like a day, in most circumstances you'll die that aren't normal. You can eat. You don't have to eat for a couple weeks. If you don't sleep for like 3 days, you go fucking insane. And like,
I came up with the best material after I hadn't been sleeping for a week.
Material for what?
Actually, just madness. Picture this: you're 80 pounds lighter, but you're still on the same dosage of Vyvanse you were when you're 80 pounds heavier. And I couldn't sleep, and I was mad.
That's fair.
Okay, so let's see. What's the next silly little thing we're going to go over really quick?
I don't know.
Oh, let's go over the ancient civilization theory, because there's totally not that. There's not this at all.
Up next, Joe Rogan delves into Dan Richards' theories, which argues that the Romans were not the ones who built the Trilithon stones in Baalbek, Lebanon. Richards makes strong arguments to support his claims, challenging conventional historical narratives. This is a conversation from episode number 2231.
I watched your video today, the Baalbek video. Just looking at the enormous size of those stones, there's no reasonable explanation how people what is that dated to? Like what year do they believe it was made?
This is where it gets fun, is because they credit it to the Romans and the Phoenicians. However, it goes beyond the sophistication and the capabilities what the Romans were known to have, whether it's the existence of the screw jack for lifting the stones. But
sorry.
Your mom lifted the stones, Brain. Never mind. Okay, I'll stop there. We know.
Baalbek, which is located in Lebanon.
You arsehole.
And I had the great privilege of going there in September of last year, exactly 1 month before things kicked off in Israel with the whole Hamas thing. And if I hadn't got there then, I wouldn't have no chance. Like right now, Israel's bombing Lebanon. And so it's a dangerous place. But Baalbek, if there was one example, one ancient site on Earth that is evidence of a lost, ancient, advanced civilization, and by advanced, I'm not talking about space lasers here. I'm talking about more sophisticated than what...
Did you hear that? He's not talking about space lasers like major.
I thought I thought that's exactly.
You mean like Marjorie Taylor Greene and her space lasers?
Yeah, Jewish space lasers.
Yep.
I hate the way these people just take the piss out of ingenious architects who thought these up and how to stand them up and all of that.
Yeah, no, this is
just belittle them.
Yeah,
Just
no,
for
but
their own
they cannot fathom that civilizations of non-white people are actually the people that did those things first.
And, and that is the whole thing, is they have to make it so white people's DNA and pure blood to what they say is this. And then also, like ancient aliens, they do press on this to say that for some reason, somehow, way, shape, or form, alien DNA has made the white race as well. So, like, it's very, very fucking racist as beep. No, it's redonkulously silly. And like, if you go to a trailer park, those motherfuckers aren't any better than anybody else in anywhere else. Let's just put it that way. I don't even have to say anything else. Like literally, you go to a fucking trailer park and it's like, oh yeah, y'all are fucking each other and you all are fucking beating each other up. The cops are here just as much as anywhere else in the fucking world. When
If not
this
more.
much... Yeah, and most likely more. But when this is going on, you dumb cunt, like you all are the problem too, you twat. But no, vote for Trump, you fucking twat. Now have fun with that in like 4 months. And I know everybody's feeling it.
It's coming faster than that. I work in the shipping industry.
Yeah, no, I
It's
know.
coming.
No, I know. But again, in 4 months, just wait for every trailer park fucking weirdo to fucking flip their fucking shit. Let's just put it that way. So we already went there. Let's go to anti-gravity weapons. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, what are these things? I've never heard of this before, but here we go.
Up next, Joe Rogan and Ryan Graves explore the possibility that the US government may be concealing anti-gravity technology. They also discuss the mysterious case of a woman who announced a breakthrough in her gravity manipulation research before her untimely death. This is a conversation from episode number 2244.
We talked about China a little bit and, some theoretical ways they might be investing in these deeper technologies. But, I've spoken with people that are intimately involved in deep technology at the National Science Foundations and others. And what brought them into this conversation and realized that we were falling behind on these capabilities because they attended an international consortium with
an international consortium. Sure, I guess that's the thing. I don't know what that means, but I don't care.
There's no way to manipulate gravity without the amounts of energy that a star produces or the amount of mass.
I mean, I can make things seem like their gravity is being changed, but we'll talk about that later. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, if you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. But anyways, we'll talk about that.
The only way you can manipulate gravity is to make something that is massless.
I mean, if I hit you
You
with a
actually
large
need a
enough,
negative mass in order to have something float like that. Like, at least they're talking about.
I mean, if I hit you with a large enough object, never mind. We'll talk about that later. All right.
believe it or not, there were several members of from China there, and they very specifically were asking for collaboration in some of these very deep technologies. So, we talked.
They were asking for a collaboration of these deep technologies in a conference together. Is that an orgy? Never mind. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Let's crack on.
It's about how, gravity manipulation, right? Kind of went dark for a while. Well, they call it something slightly different now, and it's something that China and others are actively researching. They call it extended electrodynamics. Same thing with.
How do I put
Okay, electromagnetic fields have nothing to do with gravitational fields.
And they're also affected by gravity.
And then why are we talking about coal? But once again, the most important thing out of this is how do we get ourselves inside of this hole right here?
It's just a slinky.
Okay, sorry.
Taken from the top.
It's a slinky.
Taken from the top.
All we have to do is just stand at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah.
Remember spirit science and the tortoise and the coyote and all the twaddle with the Taurus?
Yeah. But once again, all we have to do is sit at the bottom of the stairs with our genitalia exposed.
Well, no,
and have this
the
roll
going up the
Hold
stairs.
on, hey, God damn it! Give me a second before we fucking. Anyways, and then roll this down the stairs, and then we'll all have a good time with the coal or the something. I don't know. Okay, I'm done from there. Anyways, let's crack on.
Cole, what is the difference between saying gravity and extended electrodynamics?
Yeah, so extended electrodynamics essentially is a series of equations that we use.
How is it extended, you fucking weirdo? You fucking people are fucking psychopaths.
Utilized to understand the electromagnetic spectrum, but there's like a large portion of those equations that we kind of just throw out.
If you look up what was it called? Extended electrodynamics. The number one result is Reddit.
This dumbass.
That already tells you enough.
It's
That
fake.
is the number one result.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. As soon as he said that, I was like, I have never heard of that, and like, I am not a smart person. Obviously, we're gonna go over this again and again. I'm a dumbass, obviously, but like, I never heard of that. And then, thank you, Brainless. Yeah, obviously. Oh, we figured that one out very fast. Anyways, no, but then Brainless just said what I was just pretty much saying was, what is he talking about? That doesn't make any goddamn beeping sense,
Because we don't utilize them in our normal engineering and scientific work. So they're part of the equation, but we really don't know how to use them yet.
And we don't know what they are, and there's nobody else who says they know what they are. So beep, fuck you, asshole. Okay. Let's go to one more thing you love over and.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Lily Allen's great. That's a good song.
That is an amazing fucking song.
Well, yeah, and then I think the next thing we'll get
Up next,
to
Joe
is...
listens to astrophysicist
Let's get to this because this is fucking hilarious.
and science communicator Neil deGrasse Tyson share his predictions about the future. This is a conversation from episode 1904.
Okay, so I make a prediction by the year 250. I have a bunch of predictions here.
Okay, let's hear it.
And this is so that in 2050 you can say, Tyson, you had your head up your ass. Okay, I have no hesitation because I go through a whole set of predictions that all didn't come out right. People predicting 30 years ahead, and so I just want to join.
What about the
the
Simpsons?
Susceptibility.
Okay,
parade.
maybe.
The end of the world is now.
What about the Simpsons and their predictability?
You're right, Kitty, but he's talking about scientists, and of course scientists will, but people with probability are okay with saying they got it wrong instead of like pastors and other people who are like, no, I never said that, or Trump or whatever, God damn it, now we're demonetized. I said the fucking T word. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, crack on.
You'll nail a few.
Neuroscience and our understanding of the human mind will become so advanced that mental illness will be cured, leaving psychologists and psychiatrists without jobs.
But what if they're working for the robots or the things that are solving the problems all the time? That's where the difference is. I do see what he's saying, but once again, if the people are, there have to be people that run all the things for the stuff and things. So, but we'll see how the future works. Yes, exactly, Timely Kitty. But we'll see how it goes.
In a shift that echoes the rapid conversion from horses to automobiles in the early 20th century, self-driving electric vehicles will fully replace all cars and trucks on the road.
That is what it seemed like at the time, yes.
Wait.
No,
Did you hear the way that he said that?
Yes.
Did you see the hiccup that seemed to be there? And I know he was not saying it this wrong way, but listen to this again. Self-driving vehicles.
Electric vehicles will fully replace all cars and
trucks on the road. No, there'll still be cars and trucks on the road. They'll just be all self-driven. Anyways, okay. I'm sorry. I am being that pedantic or whatever. I'm sorry.
And trucks on the road.
Screw you, dog. After saying to me that all drones were not safe because of blah 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 for fucking an hour and a half.
Human
want to be nostalgic?
I knew he was gonna say it. Woo, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, I'm sorry. I did not mean
With
to
your
do
fancy
that.
combustion engine. The sports car, you can drive on specially designed tracks akin to horse riding stables of today. Very nostalgic.
So what it means
is all horse people
we can-
have tracks
I've heard
for us
this.
to ride the horses on. Yes.
I've heard
No,
a bit of him before. Yeah.
So what they said was, Kitty Cat, you and I, we can get in these self-driving cars, and there's enough room for us to fuck like horses in there, while it self-drives us to a next venue. I mean, what? I didn't say
is
that.
that
out
was
loud.
it? Is that what it was?
That's
Oh.
that's what it said.
Thank
That's
you for
exactly
clarifying that.
what.
I
Oh, that's
didn't-
not.
You sure?
Yeah,
I
He said,
swear to
like,
God, that's what
at
it
some
said.
point, the normal cars would still be around, but it would be like an attraction, like riding horses.
Oh,
That
that's
people
what
just do
it
for
said.
fun.
I totally read that wrong.
No, literally,
Anyways.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is giving you guys his blessing.
Exactly, Timely. So let's crack on to one of the next things in the over, which is time travel theory.
There we go. There we go.
Up next,
Yes.
Joe Rogan and
Come on,
Bert
son, pay
Kreischer
attention.
discuss Terence McKenna's theory on time travel that challenges conventional understanding. The theory suggests that time travel is limited to the period after the time machine is created. So the farthest point you can travel back to is the moment when the machine was first created.
Why?
Yeah, but hold on. The thing that sucks about that is that I've already experienced and we already know is if you break down in the past, there's not a way to fix it, you fucking cunts. God damn it. I fucking hate when it goddamn breaks down in the past. I gotta figure out a way to like
It happens
get
in all the movies too. You should have seen that cliche coming.
Hey, I didn't watch Back to the Future and all the 12 of them before I time traveled because I'm
Not our
fucking
fault.
from the future. I'm from the future. It wasn't my fault either. I didn't know those movies existed. No, I'm just kidding.
Joe also delves into stories of scientists who have built functional models of time travel machines, but have consistently faced a major issue: the lack of energy supply needed to power them. This is a conversation from episode number 1820.
Functional. Then how the fuck do you know it's functional? Oh no, it was functional. We just don't have the power to power it. Like how?
You cannot travel back in time. If you could, we'd have evidence of it.
And also, as far as there used to be a show called Dark Matters, or what was it, Into the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
And
I know what you're talking about.
And at best, if you created a time machine, you could only go back and forth from the time that the machine was created, and you'd need more energy than we could possibly produce. And that's only theoretical. And
again-
your cosmic string would need to be infinitely long and infinitely dense, and fuck, it's impossible.
Okay, so you need a flat earther.
That's what she said.
And
something infinitely dense.
I have
so
been
that's a flat
trying.
earther.
I've been trying to get the intergalactic police here to fucking fix my goddamn time machine because, goddamn, I can't stand you goddamn humans, and I'm hoping I'm going to take my kitty with me. But here we go. Here we go.
21.
So then, where would you go right now? Just if I do, we can time travel right now. Go back in
the past.
In the past, what's one thing you'd like to see again?
See, that would be a different kind of time travel. That's an unrealistic theatrical version of time travel because, like you said, once time is invented, once time travel is invented, that's the time you can start traveling. So you can't
go before that,
right?
Okay.
So like here we are. It's May of 2022. If time travel is invented in June, we're not going back to April. You can't go back to April.
Okay.
But you can go from June to a million years in the future and see what people look like. You'll be able to do that.
Oh my Jesus!
But they'll be able to come back too, and everything.
Well, we are traveling in time. We're traveling forward.
Yeah, no, but I'm really curious what the reason is that they give for not being able to go past that point.
We could only
Let's listen.
We could only get to a speed that would. You'd still have to travel at speed and then come back. Planet.
You can only travel in time forwards. You can never go back. Like when you go, with the speed of light to Proxima Centauri, you will be there in 4 years. But on Earth, there will be has been past like 450,000 years because you have traveled in time because of
Exactly
the speed.
similar. Yeah, exactly.
You cannot come back.
The slower time
You cannot
goes.
come back.
That's a fact.
There's no proof of it going around again. So yes, totally, it's cyclical as the best we know for sure. And these twats are that dumb.
It's going to be happening everywhere all at once. There's not going to be.
Let's just go. Let's go.
Any sort of structure to life.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be anything in terms of money,
I'll show you everywhere all at once. Okay, anyways.
possessions. As long as you could freely time travel, there will be no time. Everything's going to be moving around and also instantaneous.
That's not how the fucking. Oh my god, there's fucking like motion that goes in different ways in certain ways, shapes, and
Never
forms.
be
and-
instantaneous.
Beep. Oh my Jesus Christ, you fucking idiots. Okay. There's more ancient psychedelics. Okay, oh my
Mushrooms?
god. Okay. I don't know what's going on anymore, but fuck it, we'll
Up
do
next,
it.
Joe Rogan and Paul Stamets explore the presence of mushrooms in ancient Egypt.
Oh, yeah, the
Paul also
mushrooms,
shares
yeah.
the fascinating story of
Called
how a
it.
blue mushroom infused potion
Called it.
inspired the author of Dune to create the iconic story. This is a conversation from episode number 2134.
This is so rich in history. I just came back from Egypt a few months ago, and I went to 10 pyramids. On every pyramid, we found mushroom hieroglyphics. every one of them. Now, I sent this through Graham Hancock, some of these hieroglyphs, and Egyptologists said, no, they're shovels. And Jamie, it'd be a challenge for you to find this, but and well, number one.
Are you going to show this or not? And I know this is like an AI bot kind of thing. No, it is somebody made this. And anyways, we'll see. We'll see.
Will be pointed down.
We'll see.
And it's a perfect example. Well, scientists don't look at Egypt in the context of the ecosystem 4,000 years ago.
Right.
And
you don't think they look at that? Fuck you. I gotta want. Okay. Calm down. Calm down.
The first result, Reddit.
Yeah.
Africa,
yeah, exactly.
Like life itself.
In Africa.
And back in ancient Egyptian time, it was swampland. It was wetland. There was a lot more.
It could be. And like also, the Egyptians, they traveled.
There could be a handful of things.
Let's just there. So,
just crack on. Okay.
It might well be that they knew what mushrooms were.
And they could know what umbrellas were. They could know what how many. Hold on.
But that also doesn't mean that they were psychedelic mushrooms.
Well, and also that how many thingamabobbers are bell shaped of an anything, you twat. Although I do, if you have a connection of a thing that showed us something, that showed us somewhere, that go to something or another thing, totally. And not all of them are hallucinogenic. Not all of them are. But let's crack on and see what they pretend to get to. And yes, exactly, pet dragon.
The plateau of running rivers, the Thessalian and Jar Plateau, has fantastic, the B-man figure. That plateau is called the plateau of running rivers. There's no mushrooms growing there. It's a desert. Same with the Nile. It was the best.
How do you know at one point in time it was wet enough 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago?
And he just said running, it's the hills of running rivers. So yeah, it probably got that name because it's so fucking dry.
Yeah, obviously, especially 50 years before that.
God.
Again, these twats don't understand anyways, that's why we're here, and that's why we're making fun of
them.
No,
you know what the thing behind that is? God made the world and the universe the way it is right now for them, and never, and nothing has ever fucking changed.
Well, that's what's the most hilarious about this thing in the recent last 20 years at least. They're saying that the evangelicals and all the weird, crazy, hardcore-ist of religionists are we are put here by the gods of whatever they're thinking, which is their gods and or God or blah 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 or goddess, whatever. We don't kink shame on your gods or goddesses, but they're they made it so that we're gonna be here for this, and you're okay, cool. But now they're no, we're in the revolution times where they're gonna kill us if we don't. Wait. Did they make this perfect for us to be here? And for some reason now we upset them and now we can't live here? Or citation needed, you fucking twats? Are you ketamine me? What are we talking about anymore?
Well, they want it both ways. So they want to say, God created the heavens and the earth, so you should listen to me. And then they want to say, let me be.
I know. And that's why we make the jokes, is because of that.
No, but that's the same.
Right?
That's what they're saying. Trans people are so weak and fragile, but they're also very dangerous and strong. They could just
They're so big and evil they can kick all our asses, but you know what? They're so pussy that they don't know how to be enough of a man. And I don't know. I'm gonna stop right there because it's.
Well, I mean, it's a contradictory thing, right? So that's what fascists do. They make people believe two things simultaneously that don't go together to freak everyone out.
It's what they do is they fulfill you with multiple things at once that are on a certain sides to make you be confuzzled enough to not know 100% what we're talking about, what you're doing, and blah blah blah. So here we go, and I have no idea how we got to this song, and I'm just gonna click on it because I have no idea what's going on anymore. And you're welcome, everybody, but I don't know what's going on. But here we go.
I like you best when your head's between my legs. Wrap your fingers round my neck. Try to get your breath and kisses down.
I have no idea how this. I have no idea.
I know exactly. I think I know exactly how we got to this song. Just
hey, now. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Just be quiet, everybody. Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying anything on stream. I'm not saying. I'll never tell anybody that it has something to do with our latest addition to the group.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
Always on the street, you up everyone you meet, but you take me to cloud nine.
You pervy little bitch.
And I'll make you mine. Tie me with a rope. No, it isn't just a cope. I just like you better when you're cold. I like you best when your head's between my legs.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Hear the part where she's like, I like it better when it's cold. Does that mean that she means like that's necrophiliac? Like, what's going on here?
We can do cold in lots of different ways. Like you can put ice cubes in the mouth.
How you can do cold. I'm just saying in the context of this song, was it supposed to be a necrophiliac or like?
In this song, I feel like it was one of those. And when I was going to it was 10th grade Christian school. There was a dude who was there was a couple who were necrophiliac, couple. Like she would lay in a bed in ice and things and stuff. And I watched some weird things. Did I say that out loud? God damn it, not again. Anyways, she was alive. They were both alive. Let's put it that way.
Right.
But
They were playing it. They were just adult. They were just playing opossums. It's fine.
Yeah, and we were all that age.
I looked up the oh my god,
the legality of that.
There's quite a few places where it's technically not illegal. Well,
I knew that.
Again, it probably.
He said he's dated morticians. Did you miss that part?
And not just that, we've already talked about the places that it's technically not illegal, but let's keep going.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Probably misuse of a corpse or something like that. There's also laws for that. But
I didn't mean for us to go down this rabbit hole, but here we
are. Hey, at least I didn't not misuse that. Never mind. Okay, I'll stop right there before I get
down another hole.
Yeah, well, and that too. But if you talk to if you talk to Hick McDickerson, he's violated a lot of holes. And never mind, we'll talk about that later.
I can't tell if it's a threat. That's why.
Do gators skulls count?
Feeling like a dog where you one of Pavlov's on your knees begging for a taste. I'll take you for a spin, baby. Love is innocent. When you look at me, I'm your saint. Wine and dine, I'll make you mine. Leaning for a kiss, no, it isn't only this. I just like you best that way. I like you best when your head's between my legs. Wrap your fingers round my neck. Try to catch your breath. Send kisses down my chest.
That's why you take a deep breath before you go down there, just in case she doesn't let you up in long enough. Okay, what did I say aloud? Never mind.
I can't tell if it's a threat. That's when
I've only had to tap out twice now, and okay, let's keep it. Okay, all right. We're gonna end. Oh yeah, the third day. Well, anyways, we'll talk about that later. Especially if I survive this weekend. Anyways, we'll talk about. Okay, all right. So
you do know there's 2 cyborgs on the panel now.
3.
There's no. Okay. Wait.
Like
Who said 3?
I was wiggling around Tesco's, my local store today, and a kid pointed out and said, "Mommy, look, a robot."
Who said 3?
We'll talk more later.
Wait. Hold on, Savvy. Do you think 3?
I'm also covered in circuitry. Did you forget about that?
No, but Brainless is a robot. Wait. Hold on.
So if he's a robot and we're cyborgs, then who's the? Oh.
No, it's
no. I said I'm half human, half machine. And I said I'm a T1000. Fucking 3-year-old doesn't know what a T1000 is.
We all know what that is. We're just funny because you are the dog. But yes, okay, cool. Let's fucking go with that bullshit.
No crap, I'm a crap.
We're all weird. We're all weird. I have a little girl living in my head.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all like from different things and stuff, so we're all not normals. That's the whole thing about all of us, and all of our side chat.
What's that?
What's normal? I have no fucking clue.
Well, that's why we all are here.
There's no standard for what's normal.
At least around us, because what the fucking Maganites and some of the dumbasses and the HOAs and the other things.
Well, I mean, we're normal compared to them.
Well, the thing is, they think.
Don't call it HOAs. Call it what they are. Karen Mafia.
Yes.
Because it's. I still don't get that is fucking allowed over there.
Me neither. And so what I'm getting at is that is the legal fucking Karen Mafia, the white beep Heil, stuff. They're the ones that think they're the normals because they're the ones that are like, oh my god, my ketchup didn't come out I don't know, cold enough or something. I don't know, or this, that, or whatever. Oh my god, this tattooed person is sitting too close to me or something else. That's the wannabe normals where we live our lives and we do whatever we want, and we're just like, the only thing that sucks is now we might be arrested, which I kind of 100% feel like that for some of us, but I don't know where we're gonna go. But anyways, thank you all very much for being here. I gotta get the beep out of here, dude, and we'll see you all later. And I need to talk to my kitty, so we'll see you all tomorrow for robots and humanoid. Yeah, robots and humanoid bots. And we have a lot of things to go over for different new technologies that are robots, because Wednesday is for news and we normally go over bots and robots, but there's so many to go over. I thought we were going to go over that together, and especially with me and Savvy, that we are cyborgs and that we could talk about that, and it would be a lot of fun. So thank you very much for being here. We're going to get the fuck out of here. So everybody say bye, because we're going to get the fuck out of here.
Bye.
Bye.